Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of My Chaotic Budget. My name is Sandra and on this channel we do everything that's budget related when it comes to mine or my husband's paycheck. If you hear anything in the background, that's my little one. She's here, she's with me as we're getting ready to do our budget with me for our paycheck on February 14th, which is of course Valentine's Day. All right, so we need to get into our budget. We need to see how it's going, but let's go ahead and just see how the week has gone. This past week, you can see we didn't have a lot going on. This was not one of our paycheck weeks. This is when it's very difficult to make our funds last for 2 weeks because we don't have a paycheck in between, and so it can be a little bit difficult, but I think we're gonna be fine. A couple of things to note on this past week. I did have one no spend day, which I gave myself a high five, but then I used my credit card. I used my credit card that I don't talk about. I used it because my family wanted to have a family dinner night and we also wanted to watch a movie. So we used our spending money to buy the movie. We watched Wish. We went ahead and we purchased that and added it to our movie library. So we have Wish now. The girls loved it. We loved it. We all loved it as a family. So that was wonderful. And so now I have a notation here that I spent $73 for Olive Garden. So I'm going to have to make some adjustments or put some money off to the side. So when this credit card payment is due, I can add to it. So that way I add on top of the minimum payment. So that way no interest is accrued, or however you say that word. That word has always been difficult in my vocabulary. But all right, yes. So that is what we've got going on for this past week. Another wonderful, awesome thing. I'm going to see if I can zoom you in on this one. But if you can see down here, I am getting my gift card from Fetch for $50. Guys, this is just for scanning receipts and playing games. $50. This is like unheard of. I'm so happy and I'm looking forward to using my $50 gift card on Amazon to purchase little knickknacks and to hopefully have some happy mail for myself, which I am so excited for. So yes, just thought I'd share that with you all because it's an awesome victory and we should celebrate all the little victories. That is that week. So now we can go ahead and kind of take a look at the overall spending for this paycheck, this past paycheck. So this paycheck was number 4 of January, but it's also considered number 1 for February. Because of course it was on the last day of January, but it helped pay bills for February. So that's how I kind of see it. And as you can see here where we're at, we're not doing too hot, but like I said, this is that 2-week spread that is just so difficult to manage. And I hope to one day have it figured out, because even with budgeting $850 for 2 weeks, it just isn't enough. And that's because we wanted to buy the bike shed. And that's why we had accounted for extra money in our spending. And then we didn't even buy the bike shed. We ended up spending it on other things. And I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up because we're not in the negative and we have ways of managing everything. So I think we're going to be okay. So if we take a look right now, what we have for the way that it's looking for rollover is we have $56.19 in spending. And then in dining out, we have $14.75. Then in groceries, we have $7.94. And we have $16 in gas. So if you take a look at it right here, we have $94.88. That is looking more or less like our rollover. It might be smaller because, of course, we don't get paid until the 14th, and today is the 10th. So anything can happen from here to there. So that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? No. Okay. So that's that. So now we can actually look into our budget with me. Okay. So if you can see here, on my husband's paycheck, we are bringing in $1,506. So it may seem like a lot, but that's because I am including all of the bills that I am sharing with you guys. Because of course we have a couple that are part of the snowball. So this is really going to help tremendously in putting that here. So let's go ahead and take a look first at what our bills are going to add up to. Okay, so here for my husband's student loan, which has already been paid, this is part of our snowball. So that's $112. And then our Amazon credit card is due, which is the minimum of $40. Affirm payment is the minimum of $97. The tire snowball is $40. And the Target payment is at $66. And our account buffer is at $100. So that means our total here for bills came out to $455. Okay, so we take that away from our 1506, and that leaves us with $1,051 to budget out for the rest of our top priorities and our sinking funds. So let's go ahead and balance this out. Let's bring this to zero. This is a zero-based budget, and we're trying to do our best to manage it and make sure every dollar has a job. Since I will be getting paid 1 week and a couple of days after the February 14th, I don't anticipate us needing that much money in groceries. So I am only going to be putting $200 in groceries. Then for dining out, since it is also the same concept of how many days in between the paychecks, I am not going to go up that high, and I'm going to bring it down just a little bit to $140. Then for gas, I know my husband is using his truck this weekend, and I need to fill up, and we only have $16 left in gas. So I may go ahead and just put this at $75 for now, because $44 fills up my vehicle, and then the rest can help top off whatever my husband uses over the weekend. I think that should be good, because like I said, I get paid on February 23rd, so we should be okay at this point. Now for spending, I am going to put a little extra here because I have a feeling something is going to happen. And I do not know what that something is, but I am having a gut feeling. And so I just want to make sure that I have some money there for it. Okay, so groceries, that's $200, plus dining out is $140, gas is $75, and spending is $160. So that brings us to a total of $575. So $1,051 minus $575. Our sinking funds, this is actually a very decent amount considering all of the money that we have to put over here to the side. $476, we can really make some magic happen with that. I am happy. I'm happy with that number. I can't tell you how happy I am. Okay, moving on. We gotta move on. Okay, so here we go. First and foremost is always family. So we're gonna budget $10 for the kids because both of my daughters are gonna get $5. My husband gets $50. Each of the pets is going to get $10. And I think what I'm gonna end up doing is instead of pulling money from their envelopes, I'm going to start using the spending to pay for their treats, to pay for their food, to pay for their kitty litter, etc., until this starts to build up, because I just really feel like I keep taking from it and it doesn't have a chance to grow. So I'm gonna try that and I'm gonna see how that works. I'm not sure how well I'm going to manage that, but you gotta try. You'll never know until you try. Okay, vacation will get $10. Friends will get $10 as well. And since it is going to be Valentine's, we are going to put $40 towards date night, family fun night. Okay, so we have $476 here to work with. So let's see how much this adds up to. 10, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, plus 40, plus 40. That's $140 right here. So 476 minus the 140, that brings us to 336 left. Okay, this time around, since it's only for 1 week, we are going to give Eva $100. The car, we have that budgeted. Oh, and I wanted to go over this with you guys real quick, super duper quick. I hate to cut into the flow of things, but I think this might be helpful to some people who may be having trouble budgeting out because they might want to have $1,000 car maintenance envelope, but they can only budget so much each paycheck. This is what I did, guys. This is what's helping me grow my envelopes for these particular sinking funds. And I really want you guys to pay attention to this part of my video. I'm gonna go ahead and put the card up here in the corner. That way you can go back and check this out, because I did this based off of what we could afford in our paychecks. So each of our paychecks, I was able to say, you know what, $96 or $95, $94 will always go towards these envelopes. It is super important, guys, okay? I know, like I said, I hate to do a breakaway, but this is important. You may want to have $1,000 for each one of these, but if it's outside of your budget, you should do more realistic budgeting. And that's based off of your numbers that you usually have to work with. And what I did was I used the numbers that we normally get roughly for our sinking funds. And I just took an average and I said, okay, this is what we're gonna do. So it has been working so far, and I highly recommend it for everybody else. Car is going to get $21. The house is gonna get 10. Clothing is going to get 10. Medical is going to get 10. And extra debt is getting the usual 25. So let's add this up. 100 plus 21 plus 30 plus 25. That's $176. Okay, minus the 336, that leaves us with $160 left for our holiday binder going down. Okay, so for birthdays, I usually go ahead and I plan to give $25 every paycheck. For turkeys, I'm gonna go ahead and give 7. Christmas is the usual 31, and gifts and holidays is getting 10. Okay, so the total here then is 25 plus 6 plus 31 plus 10. That's $72. Minus 160 leaves us with $88. Okay, so $88 now. And for the emergency 1K, I would like to put 25. My yearly fees, I have that planned out for $12. Back to school is gonna be 10, and savings challenge will be, I really want to finish my 1 through 25 envelopes. And the last one that I did, and I did this with my little girl, we did 19. So I think what I'll do is I'll put $20 here, so that way I can do the next envelope, and then hopefully we can stuff at least one more, because we are so close, guys, to paying off Affirm. And I will explain that later once we get through this part. Okay, so let's see here. That's 25 plus 12 plus 10 plus 20 equals 67 minus the 88. That leaves us with $21. I get $21. Yeah. Okay, I have money left over. Oh, okay. So this is our budgeting plan for this time around. I think everything looks good. I'm happy with the numbers. I'm happy with everything that's going down. And so before we finish here, I really want to take the time to go into talking a little bit about my Affirm payment. Okay. Oh, this right here, guys, this was one of my old wallets. It's one of my old wallets from Fossil. And I think I'm going to start using this because I don't know, like I'm feeling it, and it goes really nice with one of my old purses. I know I've been doing a lot of breakaways here, guys, but this is so important. I used to go shopping all the time, and now I don't. But now I can go shopping in my closets, and I can go back and I can say, okay, this time around, I'm gonna start using this purse. I've had this purse, my husband bought this for me. I think it was for one of my birthdays. And then I got another purse, and then I got another purse, and I got another purse, and I just used too many purses. And now I don't buy any of that stuff, and now I can go into my closet and I can start using my old stuff. And this is one of them. And it goes really pretty with my purse because it kind of has the same coloring. I'm like, oh my God, yes. So I need to start looking for, once I have a little bit of money for myself, I'm gonna start looking for envelopes that I can put inside this kind of wallet. And I'll probably be shopping through one of the Etsy stores. So if you know of an Etsy store that sells good wallet envelopes, let me know. Leave them down in the description down below so that way I can check them out. I'm not saying that I will buy them from them, but I'd like to be able to check them out. Okay, so let's talk now about Affirm. Okay, so if we go back, when we were looking at Affirm, this is how much we owe currently. Right, we owe $899.80, and that's of course already including all interest, etc., etc. And the minimum payment, which is what we have planned, is $97. Okay, so we're gonna put 97, and then over here, the snowball, we are gonna add 112, and we are also going to add the $40, and we're also going to add the extra debt, which is 25. Plus, let's check it out because this payment is coming up and I really need a plan for it because I really want to make sure we get it done. So we did our savings challenges earlier today, me and my little one, and we were able to finish 2 savings challenges and we added it to this. So currently right now, we are at $274 for the Affirm payment. And we are going to go ahead and add $164, we're going to be able to make a payment of $438. $438. Now, let me tell you why I'm excited about that. Okay, so once we get this and we add that, we take this away. Let's see, $899, $461.90. Now this is going to go down. This is going to go down because it's going to take away the interest that gets covered by making that payment. So when the interest goes down, I'm going to owe maybe about $400. So I will owe $400 still. Let's just say, right?Roughly. That's how much we're going to owe. If I finish and I complete my 100 envelopes, that is, my 1 through 25 envelopes, that is a total of $325 minus $25 that I put for each paycheck, which should be around $3. By the time I make the March payment, my Affirm payment will be done if everything goes exactly according to plan. And this is why it's important to have a plan, and it's important to have focus and reality, realistic goals. Affirm is going to get paid in March, which puts me way ahead of my goal once again. I keep surprising myself because look, here, yes, I started making my February Affirm payment is going to be this, the $249 plus the extra debt and savings challenges. Boom. That's why the payment is going to be so big next weekend. And the new expected payoff date, look at what I put. I put June. It's going to be March. It's going to be March. I am claiming it now. It is going to be March. And I will be done with my Affirm payment. Makes me want to cry, guys, because I didn't even think I was going to be done with that one because it said that it wouldn't be paid until December. And look at me now. Look at me now. I can see it. I'm going to make it happen. It is going to happen, guys. So please continue to like my videos, continue to subscribe, continue to motivate. And I will do the same for you all because guess what? That's what this community is for. We are here for each other to make sure that we are successful and that we hit our goals and that we celebrate each other's victories. And I appreciate every time I hear one of you or I read one of your comments, because it really inspires me to keep going. All right, guys, I gotta go. I gotta get this over with. I hope you guys have a great, wonderful Valentine's. I gotta go. Okay, bye.